being run by wedsr. Over to you, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Stump. I'm going to have to preface this a little bit. While Stump did say this is Spyro 3.5, I like to think of this as a continuation of yesterday, where we had both a Croc and a Pokemon section. Today I'm going to be playing as a green lizard who is going to be collecting eggs, because it's Easter, of course, from Dante's new hired help, Nido Queen. It will all make sense. Just trust me. So I hit start game right here. I'm going to count off because we go on like old school SDA timing. So on first movement, I'll time it. So yeah, as I said, there's some backstory to this. I'm wedsr. I'm of course the one running the game. I at least think so. And here's my couch if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Jaxler. I don't run any Spyro stuff, but proud member of the PlayStation Nation, so happy to be on couch.
All right. I'm Ad129SR, or just Ad129, and I'm a Spyro trilogy runner, mainly just the OGs for now. Maybe I'll dig into the Reignited trilogy soon.
Where are the eggs?
And I'm with them. Came out on the other side of the Dragon World. We found some of the eggs, but they were too heavy to carry back.
Other side of the world?
The Forgotten.
All right. So I'll skip this cutscene and then I'll time it off. I won't really be able to count down too easily, so I'll just say go.
Come on, let's go.
Ironic. So time will start like right after the fade in here, so it's about like 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right, good luck.
Okay, so I said that all before, but you know, like, you might be wondering why this looks and it plays like Spyro, and that's because I was kind of lying. This is just Spyro. He's just green because we want him to blend in with the grass a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah.
Natural selection, natural camouflage.
Yes, of course. So here we're entering the first level, Sunny Villa. This one can be very radically different depending on strats that I get. I actually would have liked a little higher, but it's fine. This means that I get to do like usually what's the faster route. We start with the end level guy here and work our way around over to a fountain in the back corner. That's a pretty common thing throughout this. We use these tricks called proxies, which there's a few different kinds of ones in this game. They're all used to generally propel Spyro upwards using hitbox and physics quirks from back in the day.
Yeah, I think essentially what's happening is Spyro is like floating for something on a specific polygon, and the game is like, oh no, the player got stuck, so it's just gonna launch them into the air to try to unstick them.
Yeah, it's a pretty common failsafe. A lot of the ones that end up getting used are on enemies here, and what I'm actually doing while I'm inside of their hitbox is I'm changing Spyro's state from a charging to a gliding state. Because a lot of hitboxes in this game have different precedents to them, or like they designed Spyro so that he can charge through most enemies, and when you go out of that charging state and go into like a walking or a gliding state, he starts to be pushed around. So if you get yourself more towards like the middle top of an enemy's hitbox before you switch states, the game will launch you out as fast as it can. You'll see another one, a different type of proxy come up. Well, actually, in this level, this one's probably the least explainable one that we have. We have no other one like this. It's a strange quirk. I don't know if we really have a great explanation for it. It was found on accident back in like 2015, and you'll see it right here. So yeah, you get insane height from that. You can actually go high enough that it will reset the coordinates in a sense, and you'll see like a ghost version of the level if you get launched up high enough. You know, like parallel universes.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Mario
literally just
64.
like parallel universes. That's crazy.
Yeah. This game also has them. Yeah, the end level character is trying to find the portal. I'm gonna try to line this up here to get a squeeze proxy off this wall. And that's easier. Did I hear?
Oh no, I was just gonna ask you a question. Since,
Yeah, of course.
So this is Spyro 3.5. So this is actually like a ROM hack that's, I assume, built in the Spyro 3 engine.
Yes.
Have they changed any properties of how Spyro moves between the two of those?
No. All of the core movement and stuff is the same, just in lime flavored.
Obviously, the most important part is the flavor.
The key thing that's changed are like egg locations. You'll have some new music. There's some new dialogue. New funny voice acting thrown into the dialogue. I might sit in one place for a little bit just to hear something funny after this level. New textures for some levels. Some of them are grabbed over from other Spyro games. Some are grabbed from other games that are not Spyro at all. Alright, so I'm going to actually stand here just for a little piece of dialogue that I think is very funny.
It's a monster! Ah, don't hurt me!
Anyone who's played the original game knows that that's not what he says. That's actually supposed to be a jump tutorial. Alright, so I'll be doing a little out of bounds here. Using some properties that have existed since Spyro 2 that allow you to get like a pseudo double jump off the Superfly power-up.
Oh, and we're just swimming now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, now we're just swimming.
We're swimming in.
Nice.
All the water triggers in this game work as like flat planes. So if you're able to hit them from the side or even underneath to a specific height, you can switch your state to underwater while also not actually entering the body of water.
I don't know what it is, but it feels like so many PlayStation games have an air swim glitch.
There are quite a few.
But not even like the Nintendo stuff I ever seen. It's like just a PlayStation thing, and I don't really get why. I'm not mad because it's funny, but
well, a lot of times I feel like with the Nintendo stuff, there tends to just be a bunch of like invisible walls and floors.
yeah, because Nintendo famously hates fun. So
what you saw me entering the level there before, an interesting quirk with all of the actually. You'll mostly see it in Spyro 2 and 3. There aren't really like any good out of bounds in Spyro 1 or great ways to move out of bounds, so you don't even get to find out. I think it all behaves different anyway. All of the levels are stored underneath the map until the portal's open. So we have great ways to get out of bounds. We have great ways to just move around out of bounds. So we can enter levels whenever we want, really.
And in the original Spyro 3, the any percent will use a lot of those entrances that are out of bounds to basically skip all the ends. So it's pretty amazing what you can do with going out of bounds in this game.
Yeah, I'll be collecting 80 eggs in this run as the, I would say the category implies, but it just implies that you don't skip into the final boss. But you can beat this with, I think it's 19. Yeah, because that lines up with all of the Force entry levels.
why are they walking in? Why?
Don't worry about it.
They just do that.
No, all of those mushroom houses were in completely different spots than they are in the base game. And when a Rhinoc exits one of the Rhinoc houses, they are locked to the height that they exited at. So those are ones that walked all the way over from the other side of the level, and they're just really high up.
They're just a bit lost.
Just built different.
They are built different.
So then you mentioned kind of needing 80 eggs in order to like get to the end game, if you will.
Yep.
Is that changed at all from Spyro 3, or is it kind of a similar situation?
There is an egg requirement. In the original game, though, it's 100.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like at this point, considering game's been out for a long time. The 100 eggs have been brought down to kind of a science in a sense. There's a little bit of like, a little bit of here and there for. I screwed up a trick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's another
No, it's just I
proxy.
loved that death animation. It was just like,
This one,
We could try again. I'll just focus for a moment.
yeah,
to
take
try
your
to
time.
get this.
Take your time.
this proxy is pretty hard.
War proxy.
He's being rude.
I get to try one more time before I show the 1.1 feature. Okay.
There we go.
There we go. Nice.
We're in a rough spot with lives now, so I might need to switch some stuff around, or... Ooh. I'm actually supposed to do a trick that involves possibly dying at the end of this level. Alright, so I'm going to head over to the side area here. I'm very happy I made that. I thought I was going to miss.
I had no idea there was a trigger there.
Yeah, those loading zones extend
Yeah.
so down.
Yeah, they
very
bleed very far outside of their range.
It's very generous.
Because why would the player ever be below the...
Yeah, of course. Or above.
True.
Hey, there.
Spoilers. Oh, not really spoilers. I'm not using that trigger. Oh, hey, I got the thing.
Nice.
It requires you to like let go of the charge button right before you hit the wall there, using the walk animation, which does not bonk, and using that to go up a sloped wall. That's really awkward timing, though.
Okay, that looked like something you weren't supposed to be doing.
Yeah, you're supposed to break that strong chest. Yeah, that was something I found by accident at one point. I was like, oh, you can switch from like the 2 different falling animations that Spyro has. And in the middle of that, he changes his hitbox.
Oh my! You see all the like the Dizzy stars stacking up too. That's funny.
All right, so every level that has one of these key chests also now has an egg hidden behind them, and they're all named after magicians. Yeah, all of the egg names are actually custom, or a lot of them are. I think that was the right frame. So there's a 1 frame offset between the game lowering your health and recognizing that you're dead and losing a life. So you're able to use that to pause on a specific frame and give you a state that we call zombie, which becomes very important for this level. Also, if I fell in the water there, I would have actually soft locked. I can't pause right now. That's why I set up a safety save for like 15 minutes earlier.
Very valid.
So yeah, a key thing that's very nice and important about this state, and the reason why it soft locks you down there, is swim triggers don't matter anymore. They don't exist. Spyro doesn't care when he's dead.
Yep.
So, yeah, we use this to go over and get this egg. This, right here, actually, this is the slowest egg in the route, as far as we're aware. So that
It
one's
didn't
like
even look that slow. Like that's
no,
the
it's
crazy
not. That's the crazy thing about 3.5. It was really hard for us to figure out a good route for eggs because there's so many viable ones.
Right. Yeah.
My plan.
And here on this black screen, I actually just got rid of zombie.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
There are 2 ways to get rid of, or 3 to get rid of zombie. There's dying, of course. There's entering a cutscene that changes the camera over to some other location, or another way that you'll see a little bit later, which is getting damaged during an egg grab cutscene.
Interesting. But you said, but you can't die during zombie though. Right?
Yes, you can.
Oh, you can. Okay. Interesting. 'Cause usually zombie glitches in other games like put you in a state where you can't die, just point blank period.
It's funny saying that. Spyro 1
Listen
is that way.
carefully, you
2 and 3 are not.
What? Why?
The engines are completely different.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I've noticed that too. Because like people who are like really top level at Spyro 1, like sometimes it like, especially if they're new, it takes them a little bit to get over to like Spyro 2 and 3, just because like that. Okay, sorry.
Also
I'll-
nice.
Yeah, there's an egg
Yeah,
here.
There's an egg there.
We don't kill the bosses.
Yeah.
They're just there.
They're just victims genetically.
Yeah, so say goodbye to Buzz. He's just gonna stay there.
I
Bye, Buzz.
Bye, Buzz.
Is that like the egg that you get after you're supposed to like defeat him?
Yeah, it's the same egg. They were hidden among the first 3 boss levels. It's actually a little like Easter egg on. Shoutouts to Easter.
Shoutouts to eggs.
Shoutouts to eggs.
I'm hungry.
Could go for some breakfast too.
Good job.
But yeah, there's a little hunt that you can do where there's a bunch of like money bags and Zoes hidden around in some places, and eventually they tell you, oh, by the way, you don't have to fight the bosses. It's a really nice feature because some of the bosses, especially Scorch, the 3rd one, can be very random.
I've had
set
runs
up
where
here.
I've died in Scorch.
A lot of people have.
Yeah.
I find it so funny too how just like how quickly the proxies end up happening. Where it's just like, oh, okay, we just go.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're going up now. I
There's
guess.
just no ceremony about it. It's just like, just like immediately.
That's not in the original.
Yeah, that whirlwind is not there. You don't need Sergeant Bird. It's just a lot faster in this case.
And Bird's not normally there.
Yeah, he's not. He's usually in his own house on the far side of the map. But we don't really go over there. Okay, I got this quick enough. There's issues with that egg. If I got that slow, only one of those statue sections would have broke, and I would have had to exit the level. So that's related to finishing the level. That's the last rocket over there. Yeah, I suppose I didn't mention there's 4 extra characters in this game compared to the other Spyro games. As you can see, I don't think that's Spyro that I was playing as. So there's Sheila the kangaroo. I think you've seen all that you will see of Sheila. It's standard moving around, kicking things. Sergeant Bird, that's the first stint you'll see of him. You'll see the next very shortly. He's probably got.
Oh, I didn't even process there that like you went out of bounds. like I saw it and then my brain like course corrected.
So yeah, we're just going to be going over and grabbing some good old speed running boys' eggs over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like thought I recognized some of the egg names of like people I've seen in like Twitch chats before.
Yeah, that was Nerf, as in Nerf Rip, old guy that's still does some runs of stuff occasionally. Really good at Spyro 3 back in the day. Still so good now. Yeah, that was something. Shoutouts to Grant. He's also a very old boy. We were running at the same time, like when we both started in 2014. And we'll be entering. We might be entering a level. There it is.
Yeah, that one is just. Sometimes you just forget what that one is. It's just somewhere.
It's a little bit easier in this one because the skybox changed, and it actually like causes the portal to be slightly off-colored, so you can kind of see it. Oh yeah, this is the spot that's supposed to teach you about proxies in this. So they just got
really
some
dope,
stationary balloons, and yeah.
It's kind of like having like the training mode in like a fighting game, so you can just lab it. That's super dope.
Yep. Also, we're out of bounds.
What?
Yeah.
You literally just
Sergeant Bird just starts out of bounds there. Oh, okay, I'm in bounds, I guess. The bird cage just sent me in. I was going to try to grab one of the other cages from out of bounds, but I guess not. I don't get the choice.
Sir?
So yeah, I'll be going and be collecting some hummingbirds around the map because they're not very out of the way in this hack/fan game. Because we have to go through like every corner of the map. And I suppose like
cow, that glute strength. I just
he's got legs.
He's in there.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'd probably say that this is not a bad time to do a donation or two. Or at least talk about like some stuff going on with the event. not. Anything you guys got to do?
I don't know. I'm still like stuck on it, like his boot strength. Like that is just.
You gotta wonder how heavy these bombs are too. Also, there's 4, and you can't really see that there's 4.
What?
You gotta hit this enemy over here. He triggers the hummingbird that I've been with this whole time to get over to the end of the level, which will now teleport me back over there.
Shoutouts to the bird movement. Bird is such an infamous character of just having the worst controls.
He feels so bad casually, because you never hold the L1 and R1 button casually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Strafe movement is the way you move around with Bird, and it makes it so much easier. But it's also like still a bit strange to work with. It can take some getting used to.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes like the games you like first started playing kind of impacts the way you hold the controller, right? Because like, yeah, like for example, like I think my first PS1 game was like Frogger 2, and you don't like it's a similar situation where you don't really need like the back buttons or maybe like 1 or 2. So like I held the controller with like just the index fingers back there, but then I see people like have like index and middle finger back there, and I like try that, and I'm like, this is foreign.
It feels so wrong.
Feels horrible. What are we doing here?
Oh, then you start getting into games with more of like analog stick functionality with like PS2 games and stuff, and you're just claw gripping with both arms.
Yeah,
just holding it like this at all times.
Yeah. There's a
Yep.
There's a trick in another game I run where you're like holding the L stick, and then you have to like claw your index finger around the D-pad to hit the select button.
Yep.
And it's just like the worst thing ever.
That's pretty similar to just common movement in Breath of the Wild, which you guys will see at the
Oh
end of the
yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out Nintendo.
Well, when you're not just launching yourself across the map, you're whistle sprinting, so you're holding down on the D-pad, moving with the analog stick, and then mashing B with your other index finger while moving the right analog stick to move the camera.
That just sounds like it hurts.
Yeah, on the Wii U, I had to like brace the controller on my leg while I played.
Shoutouts to this proxy.
Yeah, so that's the other type of proxy. I actually did one in Midnight Towers as well. That being a squeeze proxy. We do have a pretty common analogy with those, which is, imagine a wet bar of soap. You put Spyro into a space that's just about their size. You then turn to make the hitbox larger, and Spyro then gets squeezed out like you're squeezing a wet bar of soap.
Also, that's one of the easiest weapons.
Yeah,
Yes.
that one made me a little mad because that's like just in the level of geometry.
Yep.
Like you can just, you could have probably found that by accident, just like playing this as a kid. Like
Yep.
where it's just like, oh, I fell off the map.
No,
Oh,
that's
I'm
one of the
so-
ones that you would find on like YouTube in like 2006,
Oh my
2007.
Unregistered hypercam too, just
Yeah.
like Spyro 3.5, well, 3.5 swim glitch.
Oh yes, it was definitely 3.5.
Yes.
Played this game in my childhood. Where all the echolocations were from Game Informer.
Why didn't you help then?
I didn't know you back then.
Ah, okay. I thought I was missing that.
That's pretty
So we're doing this again to grab a couple eggs. Shout out to Not Vanny. He actually broke the 117 record in the OG Spyro 3 not too long ago.
After taking like a very long break.
Yeah.
Too.
Super impressive. Getting anything even like sub 3 in the category is really hard work. And getting like, you got like a 251?
Yeah, something awesome like that.
This level actually has had like a feature to it that's been, or like a major change to it that you wouldn't really think about too much unless you're speedrunning. They lowered the death barrier a little bit. Which allows you to go under the map here and get this swim in air that doesn't work in the base game.
Interesting. Do you know why they did that, or is it just like an accident?
What do you mean?
Like why did they lower the death barrier?
They lowered the death barrier so you could do the swim.
Oh, so they just wanted to make it fun.
Yeah.
Hell
I mean, the designers of this were Jeremy Thompson, He's one of the best Spyro 3 speedrunners of all time, probably the best. As well as HWD405, who's a member of like both the Spyro speedrunning community as well as like the Spyro fan community on Reddit. So they did a lot of big work. This was originally built off of a randomizer that they were working on, and they decided like, hey, what if we make like a challenge mode version of the game? Start putting eggs in like devious places and stuff. And it slowly just like kept going, and we sort of, you know, adding some new music, started adding some new dialogue and new textures and stuff, and yeah, just kind of spun off from there.
Also, we saw an egg Deo Man. Shoutouts to Deo.
Shout out to Deo. I was gonna say that's my goat.
Recently got the world record in Spyro 120%. I believe a like 119.
Yeah, it was the first ever 119.
Yeah, like just
I didn't hear about that. That's crazy.
just like 2 years ago, we were dreaming of like hitting the 120, and then now we're at 119, which is so awesome.
120 and sub 120.
For all we know, that might just be the last minute barrier in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't emphasize enough like how much of sickos the Spyro 1 players are. Like those are just they are built different. Like parentheses affectionate, but like still, it's just like, oh my god.
Shoutouts to Nitrovsky, by the way.
Absolutely.
Shoutouts to Nitro.
People have been saying this.
People have been saying. Nitroff, very old community member, had the 117 record before Vanny, and also made a 117% TAS back in like 2015-ish.
Somewhere around there.
Very, very fun. Very outdated at this point, but still a really entertaining TAS that I'd highly recommend anyone who likes Spyro.
I can feel the
Also, Spike can take you off that platform there. I was worried for a second.
Yes, Spike can just shoot an electro ball at you, knock you off the platform, and then Spyro will not jump back onto the platform. So you have to exit the level. So we've completely changed Frozen Altars here. It is now...
Chicken pizza.
Yeah, it's now chicken pizza, as the name implies. Oh, what the heck? That's an anti-proxy if I've ever seen one. We get to do the proxyless route, which is great because that involves the death abuse, and I have one life to give.
Yeah, if I could ask a question as well, like I know Spyro is like kind of like known for like only having like a single jump, but it still looks like you're getting like extra height somehow. Like, what exactly are you doing?
Not really.
Not really. Am I just crazy? Like
you do get different heights when you charge jump and when you neutral jump.
Oh, okay. That's probably what I'm seeing then.
Yeah, if you walk and you jump, you actually go a bit higher. What? Try again.
Spyro
Get out of my
2
way.
is the game with the tech that we call double jump.
Yeah.
What the? I swear the trigger's right there.
Yeah, the double jumps in
There we
Spyro 2.
I don't know if that really saved time at that point, but
It was funny, and that's what
it
matters.
just brings us right up here.
Yeah. But yeah, in Spyro 2, you have a mechanic called double jumps, which completely break the game in half. It's like you can beat the any percent in like under 10 minutes if you get very consistent at it.
Our world record's like 7, low 7.
Yeah, it's awesome to just see it go that low.
Shout out to my boy Eugene.
He was cold down there.
He just needed a hug.
That is his dialogue. He's just like, I don't know why I'm so cold while he's in the bottom of a frozen pond. Alright, I get one shot at this. Which is usually how I take it anyway. This I'll be going for a proxy here that like saves 30 seconds if I get it. But try it again, I would have to die. Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah,
Oh.
dude.
That one is.
I'll just do the swag movement instead.
That,
This
that-
movement saves no time, and if you screw it up, it loses time.
Yeah, that proxy that we're trying to do is very, like, it's consistent in a way, but it's still very, very difficult to, like, try to get it inside of form.
Yeah, the hitbox of the Firefly is very small, and the Firefly moves a ton, so it's really hard to work out the spot for it. You also need to do like an especially low jump for it. Do you hear a question?
No, I was just gonna make a joke that I can't believe they got like Angelica from Timu into this game. That's pretty sick. I did not see that character, and I'm just like, okay. I see what's going
crazy.
on. That's the Humbledon as well.
Shoutouts to Hum. Hum Dingery Donger.
Hum Diddly Doo. That's the Hornets announcers. Nowhere's no.
Hum's an old Spyro 1 boy as well. He also got pretty popular on YouTube for a brief stint, making some speedrunning related content.
Yeah, you might recognize him for the, I believe, the history of the Crash 100% speedrun.
He did that. He also explained to people what Spyro 1 Vortex is.
Shout out to
That brought
Vortex.
a lot of people into the community.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I have a donation if there's time.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Lenofus has donated $50, saying, "Yo, hope everyone is having fun at Minneapolis for the event. Hope to see everyone in the fall. Good luck with the rest of the marathon." Thanks so much. Also, we have opened a character bid war for our next run, rolled out. So when you're donating, be sure to pick an option for that if you want to pick what character will be being used for that.
There's a character in Rolled Out that's just like a giraffe, so Rolled Out is like a marble roller game like Monkey Ball, and so like the giraffe is just trying to crane his neck to like fit in the ball. And it's really funny, so if you're looking for a funny one, that would be my pick.
I was trying to get an extra life there.
What if you just like didn't die? Oh yeah, speaking of Vortex, shout out Nova Spell. Really good Vortex runner.
Yeah, that's actually a lot harder than I made that look.
Yeah.
So I will be getting an egg right here, and I will be gaming over.
All right.
I love the death animation in this game where it's just like eek.
So yeah, ideally I would have had a life there, and I would have gone for a death abuse strat that we have there that spawns you back up at the top of the map to glide over to another old runner. I'm doing Charmed Ridge right now. I'm just saying, I just felt like doing Charmed Ridge right now.
Right.
Yeah.
That was completely by accident. I just defaulted.
You just speed like muscle memory.
It's no big deal. It doesn't really matter the order that we do stuff as long as I get back. Anyway, you'll see Frigid Fleet again in a little bit. Gotta get a proxy from one of these guys here. There we go.
There we go. Nice. Again, those proxies are a lot harder. Well, obviously, like sometimes it takes a couple tries to get them to work, but like they're so precise because of like how the hitbox systems.
It's a small frame window.
Skill point.
Pretty precise position. Yeah, there's a
Scratch
skill point.
it? Like what?
There's a skill point if you land up on that pedestal up there.
Yep.
And you have to in here because that's that guy triggers the end level characters here to talk to you.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
They're often hidden challenges for things that you might not think to do ever.
Yep. And sometimes you can use the skill points, or for example, once I'm T% when you're just, oh, I'm low on my health, I just need a quick rewind.
Especially the ones that just allow you to walk to a specific spot on the map.
My favorite one is Haunted 2.
Haunted 2 one is a pretty popular one.
Yeah, I've used that as a source of healing so many times.
Funny enough, you actually cannot use that one as a source of healing in this because they put a side area teleporter there.
I see.
I needed just a little bit of height from a proxy there. You can't make that without a proxy. Shoutouts to Hypno Shark.
Shout out to Hypno.
Croc.
Yeah, speaking of sickos, shout out to Hypno. That man is a grinder. Holy crap.
He is. He's super good at CTR.
We have a $5 donation from Rocket saying, "Yeet."
Well, yes.
Okay. Yes. I agree.
I agree.
People have been saying this.
I think it's just you.
So many
Jax.
proxies.
I think it's just you saying.
It's just
I'm
it might just be me.
Your people.
Yeah.
Am
you
I-
are people? Maybe.
I'm more of a concept, honestly. I'm more of an idea. I'm an ideas guy, you know.
Hey,
Oh.
let me up there, please. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ooh, shout out to Sonya. Also, someone I know from Cavern of Dreams, which is another really cool
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Very, very like Spyro inspired. Also, really hard sickos game.
Yes. I have played it casually. That game is kind of a rough experience at times.
Yeah.
It's fun though. Alright, yeah, we got some dumb jumps here to get this egg up here, which I would have skipped these jumps if I had the lives earlier.
But you're a gamer, so.
Yes, I am a gamer. Speaking of gamers, Spudley man, he's super OG. Was running Spyro 2 back in like 2012.
Wow. Yeah.
There's an egg up there. I might not be getting that egg. I might be getting other eggs instead. Walkers, also known as W12, comes back every now and then to play some Spyro 2 and some Spyro 3. Super good runner in his own right. Yeah, we'll be getting another zombie here. You'll be able to tell when it's the right frame because Spyro turns into a pancake. We'll see what I mean. There.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. In the desync there, whenever Spyro's moving at like a fast enough speed, hitting lava like that and you pause in the right frame, he gets squished. It's especially funny if you do it via head bash because he has no head anymore.
Nice.
I put an egg in the cutscene. Yeah, another one here. There's actually some lore stuff built in on why the eggs are turning invisible, and it's that sorceress, the final boss, also known as Nido Queen, made some of the eggs later on invisible. That's the canon in the game. What it actually was Jeremy and HWD couldn't stop the eggs from becoming invisible, so they wrote it into the script. So you see I entered Honey Speedway here. It's not actually Honey Speedway. I'm going into Bentley's Outpost. That's an in-joke for speedrunners.
Yes.
Pretty commonly in runs you will see people try to enter Bentley's Outpost from out of bounds and accidentally enter Honey Speedway. So they swap the portals.
Yeah. Yeah, those loading zones for both Bentley and Honey Speedway, they're like literally, I don't even, are they on top of each other? I don't know, but
They're
like,
not exactly. One's like right behind the other one.
Yeah, and so it's very common, especially when you're learning how to do like any type of any percent, to just go into the wrong one commonly. So it's very infuriating at times.
Couple other old names there. You had Disalissa, who was really good at Spyro 2 back around like 2017, 2018. As well as John Unfill, who does Spyro 1, Spyro 1 120, and also really good at Metroid Zero Mission.
That's a hard game.
Yes. I've already done that level, so we're leaving.
Yeah, valid.
I have one good spot to do a makeup egg, which is good. There's not really many places I go left. There's one more level, and then we're on to the final boss. Nidoqueen's had enough. She wants the run to be over.
Yeah, I understand the Nidoqueen allegations now. I understand it now.
This might be.
So this is the worst boss in the game. It's RNG based on like enemy spawns as well as projectile spawns because you shoot them with rockets. You get a red and a green rocket. Oh, look at that, we're done.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, that fight's very annoying. That's the bane to all any % runs. That's the filter, the great filter.
So obviously they've changed a lot of like the egg locations in this hack. Have they also like changed any of like the gem locations for something like
Yes.
117?
They've changed a lot of gem locations. Actually, 100% doesn't really matter too much in this. The gems are treated a lot more as like
You're nearly
secondary currency more than like a percentage point for a platformer.
Oh, okay.
So the number of gems is like 9,732 or something. I don't know the exact number, but it's something random like that.
Yeah.
Also, shout outs to Dactyl.
Oh yeah, shout outs to Dactyly. He I mean he runs all 3 Spyro games, Awesome Boy. Yeah. Yes, in fact.
Dude. Yes. Dude. Yes.
Would you like to see?
This is the last swimming area you'll see in the run. We use this gem to push us backwards, which
That's sick. That actually looks like it just like you intentionally tried to like
yeah.
you know, obviously like with the out of bounds setups, like you're definitely intentionally doing it, but that one like looks actually wrong. Like the other one, you just like will just like swim somewhere, and it's just like, oh no, we're going that way. It's just like, all right.
Usually I would not be doing this plane thief, but because I missed an egg earlier, he's the last egg I'm getting here instead. Alright, so there is a goofy egg hidden inside here, kind of underneath. This is another good runner from actually recent times, Blunt Bows.
Oh yeah.
He's we mentioned Spyro 2 any % before. That's the record holder for Spyro 2 any %. And
okay.
and,
Hey,
and
Nord,
I think every other category for Spyro 2.
Yeah. Blunt is such an amazing runner.
Don't run away from me. Come on. Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm forced to swim for this because this is now my fastest movement with no speed boosters around, so I'm subject to dealing with this.
Born to fly, forced to
flanking
swim.
this plane. This is probably one of the better spots to flank right here.
There's a reason that this is a bad but not normal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we have a couple ways to make it not too bad. It's just been a long time since I've had to use it. Yeah, now we'll be coming on getting the last couple eggs and fighting the final boss.
Yeah.
Just want to quickly mention again that we have a character bidder for our next run still open. Currently in the lead for that is Snowcone the Chicken with $5. This is a character bid war for Rolled Out. So, you know, get your donation in if you want to influence that.
Come on, y'all. I need to see the giraffe with the broken neck. Like, oh my
Yes.
God. Yo.
Yep.
That was sick.
That's a classic Spyro 3 80% trick.
Yeah, that's the last trick in Spyro 3 any %. The portal to the final boss is also right there, but because we want to open the door, we're not entering. So we just walked right in front of the back window and said no, and we're taking the front door instead.
Yeah.
You did it.
Now we're to the second most RNG-filled boss in the game. This is probably the hardest boss in the trilogy, actually. There's a whole lot of manipulation stuff that you can do in this to make it more consistent, but the key things to know are where the cannons spawn, what the order is that they drop. This one's going to be the one that drops. And then trying to force an extra tank to drop out of the sky later. And hopefully I'll get everything there. Can you go away?
And you'll notice the grass. We finally made our way to the safari zone where you can find Nidoqueen.
Actually, the dev reason for this is the 1.0 copy specifically for OG Spyro 3 has a couple of misplaced songs and as well as some missing songs. So the final boss music is the theme for the first hub. So instead of changing the music so that it's the correct boss music, they changed all of the textures to be Sunrise Spring.
Yeah, I was going to point it out. Yeah, it's using the Sunrise Spring music instead of the Sorcerer's music.
Yeah, you can kind of tell too because all the shapes are like a little funky. It's like basically like taking like the 3D object and just like flattening it like a pancake.
I did not get the tank spawn, so we're waiting for a UFO. UFO. So after the health bar goes down to 0, that will be time, so very shortly.
Time should be coming up soon.
Time.
GG.
Awesome, great run, dude.
Yeah, thanks. It was great, great playing for Midwest Speedfest. Great being able to show this off. If you want to see me, I stream maybe 4 times a year. I promise it'll be more. It might not be, though. You can find me at twitch.tv/wedsr. I'm Bluesky. I'm also wedsr. Some special shout-outs. Shout-outs to my commentating crew here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. Shout-outs to Jeremy Thompson and HWD405 for working on this ROM hack. Shout-outs to the Spyro community. If anyone is interested in getting into Spyro speedrunning, I know I have not been around super often lately, but there is a great group of people there that are very willing to help out with anything that you could possibly want in terms of setting up for Spyro speedrunning. Maybe if you even want to play this, they could help you with that as well. They also do seasonal leaderboards with like bounties and cash prizes and stuff. If you want a little more incentive to join around and stuff.
Yeah, Spyro is also typically a pretty forgiving, from what I know, to learn. So if you're looking to get into speedrunning, this is a great place to start.
Oh, absolutely.
As someone who started speedrunning Spyro 2 years ago, it's a very welcoming community. So, yeah, just you can join the Discord and you can have fun playing Spyro games.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of Speedfest.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Now that you're done saving the world again,